Hi, a peek into Eswatini family. My name is Nombusi Mtetwa and I am your host. Welcome to our 7th episode. With us today we have Sade Kirk. She's the founder of Vanity Beauty Bar and Vanity Barbers. Just to name a few of the services that they provide, they do hair, nails, and tattoos. So if you are a fan of such, please do check them out. We also have our sign language interpreter, Samkelo, and let's head back to the studio where Jade will be conducting this beautiful interview.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of A Peek into Eswatini. Thank you so much to Nombusi for the wonderful intro. Just like she has said, we do have the lovely Miss Sade Kirk in the building. Miss Sade, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So please kindly tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'd like to believe I'm a people's person. I'm very humble. I'm someone who loves helping the next person. And as you go on to hear how I explain the way I run the business, you'll hear how I incorporate that into the business itself. So yeah, I feel like I'm someone who's a go-getter, honestly. I don't know how I make it, but I make it happen somehow. So whenever I have something in mind, I always make sure I go for it. I never stop. So that's how I am.
That's a very nice trait to have. So what is the name of your business and how did it come about?
Okay, so the first one, it started off as Vanity Beauty Bar. So that one I started in 2022. And that one, I'm someone who loves beauty. I've always wanted to go into it. So originally when I started it, I just wanted it to be about hair. So premium Vietnamese hair. So I was going to be a supplier basically, straight from Vietnam. So I started with that concept. And then as time went by, I realized I had a lot of space that I could actually utilize for other things. Instead of going to braid elsewhere, I decided, no, I actually have the space to do it. Let me just also incorporate that. So that's how I started branching out into braiding, nails, and then later on the lashes. So with the barber shop, that only started this year in January. So with that, the space that I had, I needed to like basically get a bigger space for Vanity Beauty, but like looking at the demand. So I got a bigger space, and then I realized that okay, I still have everything that I was using then because I changed the interior completely. So I still had quite a lot of things, and I got approached by two barbers that wanted to be in Vanity, but he had a lot of clientele as well. So we basically partnered, and he's now operating from there. I kept that space and everything in it. So yeah, that's how it came about.
Oh, okay. That's very, very nice. So can we go into the kind of services that you provide?
Okay, so on the beauty bar side, we do everything. So it's hair, which is braiding, your normal straightening, hair treatments, and then we have the wigs. Like I still do the Vietnam hair, so that is also on display. We also still sell them, and then we also have the nails, acrylic, gel. Then we have the lashes, foot spa services, and then soon we'll be adding massaging and all of that. We also have the tattoos, and the tattoo is also in the beauty bar. Then in the barber shop, we have the cuts and the tattoos for now.
Oh, okay. That's very, very nice. So when you talked about the services that you provide, you kind of mentioned tattoos as one of the services. Do you have any other unique services that you provide?
Yes, we do. Okay, I'll just elaborate more on the tattoos. So we have a tattoo room in both shops. So in the beauty bar, there is one where there's the tattoo guy stationed there. So for now, while we're still looking for another tattoo artist, which there is one that I'm still trying to
Right.
suss out. If he's the one. So for now, he's operating at the beauty bar, but if there are any calls, he does alternate between the two. So in there, we have like the massage bed. We just made it comfortable, basically, that you feel at home when you walk in there. You're able to just be comfortable. If you have to undress, like it's a closed off room, so it's just you in that room with the tattoo artist. And then he's been tattooing for years now. I found him tattooing as well. I was referred to him by quite a lot of people, a lot of my clients. So the way I always review them, they always have trial runs, and we just make sure that what you actually show us on your page is what
Yeah.
we get in store. So yeah, that's how I do review them. And then in the barbershop, one thing that I did add just to attract more people, because besides the actual service itself, you have to have complementary services that
Right.
I fully believe in. So we have the Xbox where they can play FIFA and all
Oh.
of that while they wait for their cuts. And then in the beauty bar, what we do have is we have cocktails. So complimentary cocktails, then the clients. And then now in winter, we have like coffee, hot chocolates, whatever, tea, anything, any hot drinks. So we do offer those. Then we also have the snacks. We have branded snacks from Vanity. And we'll be adding the branded water and then branded drinks as well, or soft drinks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still working on that
Wow.
one though.
I'm just imagining it. Now I need to check out the place. So I think my next question would be, what inspired the company name?
So actually, that one is quite funny. So I knew what I wanted to do, but I'd never had a name in place. So I had a lot of names in mind. I had Pink Me Up Beauty Bar because at some point I just wanted it to be pink. And then my brother said, no, we can't come and support you. And the beauty bar is pink. Like, it's just not right. And then I had Level Up, and I actually went with that. It's on my lease till today. And then I changed. So I had so many that my friends actually decided that, you know, you can't decide, we need to open. So we did a whole like raffle. We put all the names in a raffle jar, and then we just shook it and picked up Vanity. So those were one of the names that I actually liked. And then going back to beauty bar instead of the salon, a lot of places are like da 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 salon. So it's tiring always hearing the one in the same category. So I just decided beauty bar because it doesn't restrict me from having tattoos in place, doesn't
Yeah.
restrict me from having lashes or foot spas. Because foot spas, you think it's at a normal spa. So that's why I didn't want to limit myself from even having hair on display or snacks or vapes. Because what I also do is I open up shelving space for local brands to be on display. So that was another thing I didn't want to hinder as well. Because we have vapes. There's just a lot on display products, facial products, hair products, all of that. So I open up room for people to just display their stuff. My clients also, they like seeing a whole lot of different things on display. It just keeps them interested, and their traffic also then becomes mine. So yeah.
That's very, very nice. Speaking of not limiting yourself, how do you and your staff stay up to date on the latest trends?
Okay, so when it comes to social media, since I also do marketing as well, so and that's where I started before the beauty bar. So we just make sure that our content is always on point. We follow like TikTok trends. We try and do a lot of transitions because if I believe from marketing alone, if you're gonna watch a 1 minute video, you need to at least be convinced as to why. Like it should just always keep like
Yeah, true.
triggering.
So, what have been your biggest challenges so far?
I wouldn't say a challenge, but it's a good one actually. Just competition. There's so many people doing what I'm doing already.
Right.
So the only challenge that I find is just constantly being the beauty bar that everyone wants to choose. Like keeping my clients intrigued because if they can jump from the one they were at previously and come to me, they can do it again. So it's always trying to make sure my clients stay loyal to me. So making sure that my services are on the best that they can choose. Let me say that. So yeah, I think that's the only challenge I've faced, honestly speaking, because if you look at like if you do your research with the beauty bars or the barbershops, there's a lot of them that are coming up.
Yeah.
There's a lot that are changing the interior, the aesthetic, and you know trying to meet the standard. So I feel like that's the only thing that is challenging, making sure that your clients are always choosing you. So for me, I think that's the only challenge I've had. And then, of course, the normal challenges with employees here and there. But I wouldn't say it's much of a challenge because of the way I deal with my employees as well.
Speaking of employees, do you have any trick or I guess advice that you'd give to someone who wants to start this business? Like how can they go about choosing the right person to work for them?
Okay, not just this business in general. I think business as a whole. What I learned from my dad is that you don't treat someone as an employee. You treat them as your own, like as your family or your friend, but there also needs to be boundaries. So, for instance, with my employees, I know if they get in trouble at 1 a.m., they know they can call me. You see, if they are late for work, it's they know they have to have a reason, of course, because we're losing money.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't believe in harsh management. I believe that the way I am as a person doesn't allow me to be harsh unless you really give me a reason to be. But that means you'd have to have pushed me very far. But the way I handle them, I treat them as friends, family to me. Let me say, family is the best way. So they know for a fact that they can talk to me. And I believe that if you treat them that way, if you treat someone the way you would want to be treated as an employee, they would always go the extra mile for you. Because, for instance, with my workers, they know that if a client now walks in at 6 when we are now packing up and going, they know that, okay, we have to take this person. And they know that I've accommodated those overtime hours because I know that not everyone just has a car. So I accommodate them to that level. I make sure that they are comfortable in their working space. There's a time when one of them actually said to me, "Yo, I actually miss being at work. Like, why did we have to take 2 days off?" So that's what I really pride myself in, that I treat them like family to a point where they actually just call me just to say hi. Like they
Wow.
just miss me when I'm not there because of marketing for like a week. They get upset, they call me and they're like, "No, but why aren't you checking on me?" So that's what
Wow.
I really love about them and the way they reciprocate that same energy. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice. And they sound like very incredible employees. So you mentioned your dad giving you advice. Is he also a business person? And how has he influenced you in terms of how you view business?
Okay. So from high school, my dad has always been someone that wants to see you working. Like though he has only girls, right,
Right.
and then one son, but he believes that okay, I can't be too harsh, but at the same time you need to do something. You can't just. So we've been in business for he's been in business for a really long time. And from the minute I got out of high school, I was always out and about. Well, even in high school, actually, I was always out and about doing errands for him, doing this, doing this. And he would make me understand that you need to do this. Like, I can't be pressuring my employees to do these kind of errands when you're here. So then later on, after varsity, even during my holidays in varsity, I would always be working because we had a toilet paper factory. We were manufacturing. So there I was doing the marketing for that. I was also helping with operations. So I learned from there, even the way he does things, because for him and the way I was raised, I felt like he can't always do things on his own if we are here. So that's just how then I just started going the extra mile as well, doing more, learning the business more as well, because at some point he's retiring. I have to then like
Yeah,
do the
true.
business. My sisters are all busy. They're in SA. One is this side, but she's in an accounting firm, so doesn't have the time. So for me, it was interesting to also learn all of these things. And yeah, that's what I learned from him, that you need to be hands on with your business if you really want it to succeed, and it's better with people close to you. So that's what I learned. So even my own son, I'll make sure he's following my footsteps.
So you spoke about your employees, and it really sounds like a very nice working environment to be in. But then the question now becomes, if you view them as family and friends, how do you keep them in check? Like, how do you balance the